DEI have. Well, you can tell the people who run Hollywood aren't Western because they promote this kind of.
You didn't understand Kendrick Lamar's halftime show. Just say that. And no, I don't mean audio-wise, but yes, I agree. The audio mixing, in my experience, wasn't ideal live, which is a damn shame, but that's the broadcaster's fault, and it's not the only time they've done this. No, I'm of course referring to the thick layers of symbolism in the performance, from lyrics to choreo to set design choices, everything tied together to form the message America needs to hear right now. We're going to pick out some of the stuff that ties into the performance piece and explain it with some context. And before I get some dumbass in the comments saying, it's not that deep, bro, you're reaching, you're telling me that the same man who did this at the Grammys doesn't give a fuck about symbolism. Yeah, shut the fuck up. Every single racist-ass comment is a consequence of people not understanding hip-hop culture and American history. So let's break it down. First off, there's the video game theme referenced by the loading screen and PlayStation buttons. The game is in reference to the controversial rap beef going on throughout 2024 between Kendrick Lamar and Drake. After much heated exchange and promotional teasing, it's all come down to this: the final boss level and finishing move to put the nail in the coffin. Will Kendrick Lamar call this man a chomo in front of the entire country? Let's find out.
Salutations! It's your Uncle Sam, and this is the Great American Game.
Sam Jackson plays our Uncle Sam and the game rule maker. He represents those in power and white America in general.
The revolution about to be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy.
Someone better squabble love.
This, of course, is a reference to The Revolution Will Not Be Televised. It's a satirical poem and black liberation song by Gil Scott-Heron.
You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out because the revolution will not be televised.
If you're unfamiliar, here's a few of my recommendations. This is important because hip-hop has historically been rooted in black revolutionary movements. It's a genre that has existed counterculturally to traditional white American conventions until the extreme commercialization it exists in right now. This line right here is sort of a call to take the genre back to its roots and create art for the sake of art. Essentially, the opposite of what Drake does. Some people believe that this line is in reference to President Trump, who was in attendance at the game, and I think that it's possible. But in my opinion, I think Kendrick probably knows that the problem is way bigger than just Trump, who is more of a symptom of an underlying sickness in this nation. But I'll save that discussion for another video.
Kendrick made you think about it, but he is not your savior.
Kendrick then kicks up into Squabble Up, one of the songs off his recent album GNX, a song that is sonically LA-centric. Even the phrase, squabble up, LA slang for fighting, fisticuffs, running a fade, preparing for combat. Starting off with this song brings into contention a key point from the rap battle. Canada, specifically Toronto, where Drake is from, doesn't have a regional sound in the same way that huge hip-hop epicenters like ATL, Texas, Cali, or its birthplace, New York, do. The dancers alongside him at the time are all dressed in red, the gang color of the Compton Pyrus that Kendrick grew up around and is affiliated with. All of this is a representation about where Kendrick is from, and is a direct way of saying the game has begun.
Too loud, too reckless, too ghetto. Do you really know how to play the game? Then tighten up!
It doesn't get more literal than this. Uncle Sam is telling us that these themes, styles, and references are too scary and uncomfortable for white America, many of whom are in the stadium with those motherfucking $5,000 tickets. And so Kendrick adjusts as needed by breaking out his biggest smash hit. This part is accentuated by his all-black performing cast being the literal American flag, saying, hey, no matter how uncomfortable it is for you, America is black. It's full of black people, it's full of black culture, and the foundation of this flag was built on people who look like this. And therefore, they are America. I mean, it's literally Black History Month. Damn, I don't know what you don't get. And he's about to show you the culmination of all of this history. As Humble comes to a close, the flag performers step off into a new stage, one that has a different implication for the colors. The new stage being a street, and cued by the sound of gunfire, causing the dancers to scatter. And to be fair, what's more American than a good time being ruined by the sound of gunfire? I just want to take a minute to appreciate the set design right here, by the way. It is perfect. He literally brought the streets to the Super Bowl. I don't know if there's a better metaphor for how far hip-hop, conscious hip-hop, has come. Now we're under the street lamp, with a few of the fellas just hanging out, jamming to the man at the garden.
Crashing out right now, it ain't safe for me. Did it with integrity. Just wait and see. More blood be spilling, it's just pain to me. He made me showing it. He made me showing it. Flip a coin, you want the dangerous me or the famous me? How annoying.
This section seemingly, I believe, is in reference to two things. Obviously, the beef, but also a meta commentary on what's going on right now with the performance. He then just straight up asks, what the fuck do you want from me? I'm showing you who I am, where I'm from, my life, and you love it. But also, I'm standing up for myself and everything I believe in.
But to you, I'm too controversial. And
And I need to.
because America is not here to hear you, they just want to dance.
And then another direct jab at Drake, a man who has built his career off being someone that he is not.
Why you think you deserve the greatest of all?
But Uncle Sam doesn't get it.
Watch your homeboys with you. The old culture cheat code. Scorekeeper. Deduct one life.
Another direct reference to the game theme and obviously the harsh treatment of America to African Americans. And to something Drake actually does. He literally goes to other cities to hang out with people there, soak up street cred, and use the regional sound. But funny enough, Uncle Sam also sees it as that.
The old culture cheat code.
And now we're back in the game. Kendrick now directly speaks about the game he's playing.
Ladies,
Yes, Don.
I want to perform their favorite song, but you know they love the sue.
What song?
Oh, you done lost your damn mind.
This part, we break for a little piece from the conflict, but it's another important tenet of his music, which is love. Luther is a song about selfless love, something that Kendrick aspires to provide, despite his shortcomings. It's probably one of my favorites from him. The beauty in SZA's vocals, and these two songs are just magic. But amidst the magic, Kendrick takes time to say what he's about.
Tell me what you gonna do to me. Confrontation ain't nothing new to me. You could bring a bullet, bring a morgue, bring a sword, but you can't bring the truth to me. You don't know your expectations. I don't even want your congratulations. I recognize your false confidence. Promises all in your conversation.
This line essentially denounces the evil nature of how some people operate within the music industry. Some people are in it for the wrong reasons, vanity, fame, fortune, and do terrible things because of that. But he doesn't care about them or their opinions because they stand for nothing, or at least nothing good. So fuck him. This line is also believed to be aimed at Drake. But the overarching theme here, cast on anyone who's fake. Kendrick is one of the few who deals with people who are like him. People who are accountable for their actions, good or bad, because that's the only way you can grow as a person and remain true to yourself and others. And the craziest part about this lyric is this is a lyric on one of his most commercially successful songs. But in theme with the performance,
That's what I'm talking about. That's what America wants. Nice and calm.
again, Uncle Sam doesn't understand.
It's a cultural divide. I'm gonna get it on the floor.
Yep.
40 acres and a mule. This is bigger than the music.
40 Acres and a Mule refers to the promise made to formerly enslaved African Americans after the Civil War to provide land and resources. It represents the government's failure to help African Americans with issues such as land ownership and economic hardship. When reparations are brought up, this is what it's in reference to. There were many promises made and none kept. And you may foolishly say, well, that's America. I didn't get any handouts. Why should anyone else? Brother, Google who did receive reparations after slavery ended. I'll give you a hint.
Is this how you get your sick kicks? What? It's just an ordinary crabby. Oh my goodness!
Drake operates under all of the terrible things that Kendrick hates. He's got weird relationships with underage women, using his power to shield him from any troubles. He is responsible for bastardizing hip-hop and opened the floodgates to people who struggled with popcorn reading. He's also responsible for legitimizing people in the hip-hop space who exploit it and are forces that negatively influence it. People who have no understanding or appreciation for its history or what it's done for communities who have pioneered it. I want to highlight this part of the choreo because it's significant for two reasons. Obviously, it is the end result of the beef. Kendrick has won. 2, in terms of all of the imagery throughout this entire performance, this one moment meant something to me. The shot of all of those who make up the American flag laying in the street is powerful and reminds us of who is most affected by the greed, violence, and evil in our nation. But despite that, everyone gets up and keeps dancing. In summary, Kendrick said, fuck Drake and what he represents. And the world agreed. From diss track to 5 Grammy Awards to the Super Bowl. This is it. The points were made. The score is posted. And now, It's officially. I just want to say, this is just my interpretation of the performance. Obviously, everyone will see it differently, and that's okay, because that's what's beautiful about art. Everyone experiences it differently. If there's anything to be learned from this beef, it's that keeping it real is a lost art. But if you're true to yourself, and you try to do good by people, you'll get to where you need to be. I've loved hip-hop and Kendrick Lamar's music since I was a teenager, so to see him perform solo on the biggest stage in the nation meant so much to me. If you have different viewpoints or interpretations of what you saw, let me know. Thanks again. Have a blessed day.